when she's not around. When she's not around. When she's not around.
Welcome to NWA Cane Corsos Podcast, where we talk all things dogs.
When she's not around. When she's not around. When she's not around. When she's not around.
I'm the true champion, and they make me the underdog. I'm gonna show them all they're wrong because I'm the champion. I'm the real champion. There'll never be one like me.
All right, where I'm at. Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another show, NWA Cane Corso Podcast. Sorry we're late. We was having some technical difficulties. We're going to jump right into it. Today, we got a pro dog trainer, Joshua Magee, in the house. Brother, thank you for coming. Thank you for being patient.
No problem, man. Appreciate you having me. When you're great, you're never late.
That's right. That's right. That's what's up. So, hey, man, we're going to start out I want to just get to know you a little better. Could you tell the audience a little bit about you, where you're from, all that good stuff?
Well, I am from New Orleans. Like you said, my name is Joshua Magee. Been into the dogs all my life, pretty much. My dad used to dabble in training a little bit. I wouldn't say he was a professional, but just like a hobbyist dog trainer. So that's kind of how I got into it. And then as I got older, I was 14. I'm 43 now. So when I was 14, I started volunteering at an animal hospital. After the animal hospital, or during that time, I just got familiar with, the medical side of dogs and cats and whatever, animals in general. And once I did that, I joined the Army as a veterinary technician in 2000, late 99, 2000. And then I did that for 5 years. I got out of the Army, went into private practice for roughly 20 years. And simultaneously, I started training dogs in 2005 professionally, where I'm taking people money to train. But I always train my own dogs.
Oh, okay.
And, but I started doing that here in Georgia. But, the Army brought me here to Georgia from New Orleans.
Gotcha. So you got a vet tech background as well.
Yeah, so mainly in the Army, you're a little bit more free than a civilian veterinary technician, in the sense that you can be a little more hands-on than some like high school student that they just taught. So they, you go to school, you learn, it's a pretty difficult school. You're almost like a doctor, but like a what would you call it? Like a general practice. The doctors that just they don't really do nothing. They just get
a practitioner. Yeah.
Yeah, just a practitioner. You're almost like that. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of know through experience, they throw you in the fire right away. Like, so when you graduate, you're in there.
Right. So what would the MOS be for a vet tech in the military, in the Army?
So they changed it now, and it's I don't know what it is, but when I was in, it was a 91 Tango.
Okay.
So you fall under like Food and Health Administration. So same like the Department of Agriculture and all that. So the Romeos, which is like a sister MOS to us, they did like food inspection. Okay.
So when you was in, were you running into canine handlers then?
Yeah, the dogs that were on post, yeah, we did. At the time, I wasn't into like working dogs, but I was just doing the medical stuff.
Okay, yeah. So you wouldn't did that kind of spark your attention though, seeing the dogs that you was coming in and working with at the time?
Not really, because they weren't to the cat. So when my first introduction to working dogs was Shitson, IGP now.
Oh, okay.
IPO. I didn't do schützen, but the guys, everybody that I knew who had dogs that I thought was the best thing smoking were schützen dogs.
Gotcha. Hey, Doug made a good point here. I got to pull it up on my computer. He says the practitioner does everything except write subscriptions to a degree. So you do a lot of stuff as a vet tech. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Some things not legal for you to do, but you can do it.
Yeah, you're right.
Like it was just some things that say we set up like some crazy like field exercise where we had to catch like a bunch of stray cats and stuff like that. Like if it was, sometimes it would just be me and the doctor just neutering a bunch of cats, like strays, So you're gonna do more than a normal, which is super not hard to do. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna do more than a civilian. They're kind of bonded by a lot of laws and rules, and you have a little bit more freedom. And then I did a little bit of like research and stuff, like monkeys and lab rats and stuff like that. That's another portion of what they call vet services.
Gotcha. Hey, brother. So I'm gonna tell you right now, it's a lot of people that watch my channel that's young, up and coming dog trainers. So they wanted me to ask you some decoy questions. So I want to get into the art of decoying and a little bit. Give me what you can. If it's too much, don't give.
So what do you mean? You talking about starting out or?
Yeah. Starting out, for instance, like we want to kind of dive into your philosophy into decoying, your techniques, and what's your main concrete thing.
So I'm a trainer first.
Yeah.
Decoy second. You can't be a decoy without to me. You can't be a good decoy without knowing how to read a dog. That's gonna take reps. So like just the physical aspect of it of getting bit, you're kind of just like a bite dummy. And I can still consider you in training, like so say you go and get a PSA certification, right? And you certify for PSA. You look amazing. You catch the dogs and all that. But you're limited to doing only trial work, if that makes sense. So that when you pass, that means you meet the minimum standards of being able to safely catch dogs and within their venue or their routine, the 1, 2, 3,
Right.
But if I had a decoy like under my tutelage, I'm gonna make sure that he works dogs often, right? That's gonna get him the best. Then I'm gonna coach him through why certain dogs are doing certain things. Because I know people who can catch amazing. Like they can catch a dog, they can do the routine on the field, but just say a dog comes downfield, he's not trained, he's not as clean, and he hits them like closer to their neck or their stomach, they kind of freeze up and they can't keep the flow going because they don't know like how to adjust. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then there's a huge difference between a training decoy and a trial decoy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you got to kind of know it's better to me. It's not lucrative to just be a trial decoy to me.
Right.
It's nothing in it for that. You're gonna go out there, even in schützen. If you're a schützen helper, you're gonna go to the trials. You can get all the accolades, but that doesn't pay you. The people are gonna pay you because they want their animal or their dog to be like yours, or their dog to be like something that they saw. So you're gonna be a part of the building process. You got me? And if you can't do that, if you can't build a dog, you have almost, I ain't gonna say no place, but your place is small and you're not gonna get where you want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a high level. Yeah, you got to get to a high level. Sounds like.
Yeah, you don't even have to be that great at catching dogs to be in a trial, right? But when you know a little sum of everything, it's better. And you can move and catch and know how to be safe. That's the number one thing. Safe, and then learning how to read a dog as far as like if a dog's coming for your leg and I know he's targeted here, like how would I adjust to get him to bite here? How do I adjust to a dog if I'm presenting and he looks like he's coming center once he's in the air, he can't move. So I know I have to move if I want him to hit the pocket, you know. So
Right.
it's just small things, you know. But if you want to do that, reps is the best thing. You need
So
reps. You need to get in the club.
right. So with the art or the art of decoying, I ain't never did it, right? So like, would it be more of a teaching a footwork thing, or does it require a lot of athleticism?
Athletes do better to me.
Okay.
But I know some people who never played a sport in their life, 2 left feet, can't dance, no coordination, but they still can decoy. It's not too hard, you know, like it's not really hard to do. A good 6 to 8 months of consistent training, you can be a good catching a decoy.
Right.
But it's
Right.
going to take years to get the reading and get enough dogs under your belt to know when the dog's going to break, when the dog's going to, because in some trials, it's not our job to put the dog on. It's our job to keep them off, right?
Right. Yeah.
And in the keeping them off or applying certain pressures, you're gonna not know when the dog is gonna break. Like things to do that's gonna give you telltale signs of like, oh, I almost had him, but he still got a bite. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
That's just gonna take time and reps.
Who are some of the most notable people you've worked with in your career?
That I work with personally, or
Yeah. I see you do a lot of events and things like that, and personally, who you maybe worked with on.
Okay, so I don't want to leave nobody out. So everybody who's in my life kind of played a pivotal part in me becoming what and who I am now. The way that I train, the way that I'm meticulous about certain things. So in the beginning, when I first started, I was just into personal protection. I wasn't into any sport, nothing like that. I was into competing, but the competitions were more geared to what could correlate to real life. None of it's real, but it was the closest thing to it. So when I started that, I started training with a guy named Garland Worley. He was with US Canine Group. He's here in the Atlanta area. We were all the club. US Canine Group was Garland Worley, Robert Garland, a dude named Q, Canine Strike Team. And I would say that I took the most from him. When I used to go to club, he used to have a dog named Rambo. So I looked at his dog and I was like, man, his dog he had the control and he was biting, right? And then the dog could be like coming halfway down the field. He could tell him to go to your head, go to your legs, go, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was switching it up. So I was like, well, I like that. So I wouldn't say I separated from the club, but in addition to the club, I started just being with him, just me and him kind of, you know, without the group, you know, when he did his thing, I went with him. There was another guy, rest in peace, Bob Brown. He's like 70 something years old. He started me with obedience, like getting it cleaner. Cause I used to have obedience, but it was like pet obedience. The dog was just walking on my side down. So, you know, it wasn't nothing to really talk about. It was something that somebody at home can do. I just did it on a consistent basis training. And so after that, I started when social media came out, I want to say 2010, 2011, I started like seeing other people. I don't think they had tough as dogs as us, but they had high level obedience. So at some point I joined the Shitson Club. I was there for a while. I started doing AKC obedience, which takes your game up a little bit. I started following people like Bart Bellin, the Nino Dwarts, just people who are into Michael Ellis.
Yeah, he's been on my show. Yeah.
Yeah, just people who are in the community and they had precision obedience. Like I started switching off just from having a dog that didn't have a focus heel, didn't have like prancy, wasn't quick with his movements. You know, if you say down, he wasn't like
Boom, down. Yeah.
You know, I want him down. He hitting his elbows hard. Sit,
Yeah.
he jumping up. You know,
Yeah.
so I didn't start getting that until later. So all those people played a pivotal role in me just kind of being where I am. It's a lot of people. So everybody, I feel like I can learn something from anybody. Though.
Right.
There was there's a guy in our club started training, and I was really impressed with how fast he got his dog doing obedience. So I would just ask questions, you know, and he's only in the game for 3 or 4 years. So you can learn from anybody, man. Like you get tips. I also do jiu-jitsu, so I know that you can, like, people will do something to you and you're like, damn, how you do that? And then you just ask, and you just, you know, add to your game what you need, take away what you don't, or throw away what you don't.
Right. So it's similar to jiu-jitsu, right? So for if it's everything's fixable, it's a counter move for everything, basically what you're saying, for the most part.
Yeah, until it gets too late. But yeah, it's pretty much.
Yeah, when it's too late. Yeah. So my kids wrestle, so I've been thinking about getting them in jiu-jitsu and everything like that. So
man, keep them in wrestling. You have
I ain't taking them out of wrestling. Yeah, I got a boy and a girl. Yeah, I got a boy and a girl, but I got a girl that's whooping boys' ass. She been in 6 months, coming in number 1 and 2.
Right before we came here, that's why I just came. That's why I just came from my daughter wrestling tournament.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. We the honey badgers out of Arkansas. Yeah, we got kids going all over the world fighting.
Yeah, we just came back from Tulsa. We went to Tulsa in November.
So you in Atlanta? Is the I don't mean change topic, but is wrestling pretty big there?
It's growing. So girls wrestling is growing everywhere, but wrestling as a whole is getting a little bit bigger. I feel like you know, all the Mills kids, they previously were at the gym where we were when they were little. You know, Araya Mills, Antonio Mills.
Okay, yeah.
You know the Mills kids.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably like 19. I don't know how many of them. 17, something. It's a lot of them.
Right.
I think they have a sister that wrestles too. But yeah, Georgia wrestling is getting pretty good. And then I go to Glasgow Wrestling Academy.
Oh, okay,
I don't know if you heard of that before. Yeah,
where I am in Missouri, right by Missouri, Oklahoma, you know, wrestling is like, we had 2 kids at our club just get $250K for going to wrestling up in Iowa and things like that. So yeah, wrestling, it's getting nuts. But anyway, go ahead.
I think the club was like Hurricane Wrestling Club or something like that.
Yeah,
that's in Oklahoma.
Right.
So that's I talked to that guy who owns that gym. I think his name is Gerald.
Okay. Bud Crawford loves wrestling.
I seen him wrestle the other day. I didn't like it.
Oh, really?
He been out of it too long, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and you'll get him. He gonna hear it. He gonna hear it now. He watch dog channels now.
Look, once he let the dude get two underhooks on him, I said he just a little rusty.
Yeah. Right. Let me see here. So we talked about some of your biggest influential people and things like that. Man, I tell you what, I kind of stay in a rural area, and Atlanta, man, it seems like it's a hotbed for dog trainers like you up there. What other places? I know Jeremy Seabury is his name. He may be up the road. Where's he at? St. Louis, Kansas City, somewhere like that.
You talking about Perfect, Jeremy?
Yeah, Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in St. Louis area.
Yeah. So what areas in the country are the hottest for protection dog training and these events like PSA and things like that?
So PSA is everywhere. It's nationwide.
Yeah.
I would say the East Coast in general. I mean, I put on a competition called the Throwdown. I don't know if you heard of that.
Yeah, I did. I was going to ask you about it.
That's jumping. I want to say that's the biggest thing smoking dog competition wise outside of a sanctioned event.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So like we have like maybe 40 plus dogs every year.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is an event once a year. Where do y'all normally have it, or do you move it around?
Oh no, I move it around within the Atlanta metro area, but I haven't left the state. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
So
Right.
within 40 minutes of my house, I'll find different venues and we're using there. The last 2 years they've been in the same location though. See, that's the flyer right there. It just popped up.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, that's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Man, how much you talked about reading the dogs. What accommodations do you got to make when you decoying for the trainer or being the helper at the time? Is this certain things you got to know about the person that you're working with? Do you make adjustments for?
It just depends. Depends on the dog. Like if the dog is something that I think is gonna get to me, I'll talk him through it, but I'll back time. He tied to the tree, the table, just for my safety. But I'm kind of coaching the person and the dog at the same time, simultaneously. So you're gonna, and they get to kind of see, especially if they come to club and there's other people handling,
Mm-hmm.
basically when you're first starting out just in protection training, you just kind of just posting up. And then as far as the obedience, you kind of just coaching them through that also. Like everybody who's in my club, they should be able to train multiple dogs after they either leave here or their tender here is over. You hang out here for a couple of years, you should be able to train a dog pretty good.
Right. Now I want to get into. I know it's only a certain amount of ways you can make a dog sit, and I know trainers are different all over the country and things like this. But one thing I wanted to ask you about is table work. What are your thoughts on table work? I hear the reason why I'm asking, I heard somebody say, well, it's lazy dog training, or it's
You say lazy?
So, some people say it's lazy dog training. Some people say it sets it puts blinders up on a dog. What are your thoughts about table work?
And I have a lot of views. Some dogs can get on the table and they can be on the table too much. And they can be handicapped by the table. So they're not good with their entries. Like when you send them downfield, they're not good at not feeling the back pressure. You know what I'm saying? Because really, to be honest, there's not much different from table work and back tie. A dog being back tied. It's not much different. The dog's just on an elevated surface. Also, I have seen dogs work on the ground, look phenomenal. Get on the table, shut down. So I've seen both. You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen dogs, they kind of worried about the edge of the table. Like they got their feet on the edge. They don't want to bite consistent. They start looking around. It's just a lot of, I think it brings a environmental aspect to it, but at the same time, it's just a tool. It's just a tool to keep the dog in front of you, pretty much. The circle table, you can still use some prey motions because you can go around it. You know what I'm saying? Where the things on the swivel, you can go around. And then I use it like a little shoot box to keep more focus. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if the dog's in the chute, which is probably only 18 inches wide or so.
Right.
And when I'm teaching the dog targeting or the illusion of pressure. So say like I want to start him out with the can curtains and bottle curtains. When I have two things in my hand, I want him to hit that pocket no matter what. Right. So even if he's covering it, just keep going. Boom. So I'll charge him and then open up at the last second. Boom. He'll hit it. Boom. It's not, and he can't really deviate much. You know what I'm saying? Because his head's tunneled on the part that I'm presenting. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I don't know. It's more than one way to skin a cat. Like I've seen people say and do and not do things. Like when I first started out doing obedience, I used to use the place like a bucket or like a dog bowl or something to get my dog to heel. And after a while, like the dog that I have now, Reaper, he was never on that. So and he has cleaner obedience than most of the dogs out there. You know what I'm saying? So like it's not, I don't know. Sometimes you don't have to do like luring. Luring can be overdone. I like to mix everything, like take a little bit of everything. I lure, I free shape, I use a little bit of compulsion, like leash pressure, like everything, e-collars. I use everything. So it just depends on the dog.
Yeah. Man, in my research, now, did I hear you say this? Because I don't want to confuse it. Did I hear you say that the decoy is a mirror for the dog's inner state? Was that you out here say that?
I didn't. I didn't say that, but
okay. What's your thoughts on that then?
He's definitely without a good decoy, you might not have a good dog. You can tell. I can tell when a dog's in his developmental stage that he's been in front of somebody who don't know what they're doing. Or like I could see him and they'll do something when I work them, and then I'm like, hey, has the person who worked their dog did XYZ? And they're like, yep, how you know? And then because it kind of just gives off certain behaviors when you do something too much. Too much of anything is bad. Broccoli, salad, compulsion, e-collar, luring. Too much of anything can create a problem.
Right.
Water. You have too much of anything, it can make a problem.
Yeah.
So you don't want to kind of overload it and do, too much. You want to be kind of balanced.
Okay. Yeah. And how do you? I mean, it's just your ability to read the dog to give that balance you're talking about, or do you have a system? Like, I'm gonna take these dogs through these routines to make sure we stay balanced. How does that work for you?
I do have a system, okay. I have something that I know that I'm gonna do when I get a dog off the rip. I get a dog, I'm gonna evaluate him first. I want to see how's his food drive. Does he play with toys? Does he like to chase things? Does he have prey drive? Is he really excited? Does he shut down easily? What are the things that make him weird out? You know what I'm saying? Or when you're in drive, do you shut off drive just because you're weird, or does your drive push you through things that you're normally out of drive afraid of? You know what I'm saying? So like all those things make it there. And once I get an assessment of the things that or how the dog's responding to what I'm trying to see, then I'll start luring. I start luring the dog to position, then I'll start fading the lure, then I'll free shape. Like, it's some things that I teach all my boarding trainers. I teach them to go in the crate and I teach them to place, right? So I free shape those behaviors kind of like with the e-collar, I mean, not free shape with the e-collar, but I free shape those behaviors, like letting him figure out to get rewards. And then I'll put the e-collar on after to let him know that there's consequences in between the free shape. Because in free shaping, you would just wait around kind of and let him figure it out. And I just believe that sits longer with the dog. When they've figured something out versus you made them do it, the processing is a lot better and it sticks with them for a lot longer.
Gotcha. So the evolution of decoying, how is the evolution of dogs specifically rewind. What are your favorite type of dogs? Because I see you into the bully breeds as well. Or I mean the bully herder. The
bull herder. Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm into a bull herder, but I'm just gonna say, okay, bull herders are only, to me, this is my opinion, the only thing that was brought to the table from the pit bull to the bull herder or to the herder was pain tolerance. Everything else I like about a Malinois. Everything else. Drive, ball drive, hunt drive, like the ability to be like capping them when they're going crazy. Like, I want a dog that's like a complete spaz. I want him like not overly hyper to where it's like he can't think, but his expression is on 10. When he wants something, he gives you a lot because he's going to give you that same thing once he learns to control it. You got what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't want to have to like build them up to, to make them into what I want, because I want fast, speed, snappy. I want hard entries, intent, and intensity in the bite. Hard pushing, full grips. But yes, a bull herd. I like bull herders. I like them a lot.
Right.
But you can get a similar dog.
When you think that pit bull bringing a lot of fight drive? I mean, what's the difference? Is fight drive and gameness? Do you think that's the same thing?
No, because I don't think that fight drive is a thing.
Gamers,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gamers, they don't give a damn. Yeah, they trying to.
A dog can be game. he can be in prey or defense. All the rest of that stuff is just stuff to make you sound smart to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like to make you like, oh, he's in this drive, he's in this, and operating quadrants of this and that.
Oh, yeah.
Listen,
yeah.
He's listen. He's either chasing, thinking about defending himself, or keeping himself safe. And
I'm trying to kill
feel like that's yeah. So gameness is the level of how much you will, to me, endure in prey. Do you got what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, 100%.
A dog that's gonna die in prey is game to me. You got what I'm saying?
I got
you.
you.
But gameness, you're usually talking about dog on dog. You got what I'm saying? Like that's
right.
where that comes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, they switched it to hogs now, and so you can be like, oh, he's game. Like he's down to get, you know, take it. He could be the hammer and the nail at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right.
So that's where pit bulls come in, and they bring a little bit more tenacity. You know, like people like to say that, oh, the pit bull doesn't do this and save the bullies. And that's not, you know, every video with a dog attacking somebody, they'll say, that's not a pit bull, that's a bully. But the pit bull portion of him made him do what he's doing. Do you got what I'm saying? My dog is a Malinois pit bull mix. I believe when he does certain things, his stubbornness, his hard-headedness, the pit bull part of him makes him do that. So, like, it just, I feel like it's a mute argument when people say, you know, that it's the pit bulls, this and that. Man, listen, I've had them. I had them for a long time. They are what they are. You're not saving them. You're not taking it away from them. You can dilute it, but you know, when you start getting bullies, but it's to some of them, they're still gonna have that gene in them. They're gonna have that drive to do, like, attacking the neighbor, killing the neighbor's dog, cat, whatever.
Yeah,
that's a normal thing for them.
You're right. It's we had a big topic on that last night because it's been used in a lot of breeds, and it seems as though in protection training now, boy, that's one of the most sought out after dogs. But I guess they always kind of been around too, because the KNVP dogs, right? That's basically what
you talking about bull herders?
Bull herders, yeah.
Okay, so my belief is that the only thing difference between now and then is that they're open. They're saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like they're telling people. So if you go look at a Malinois that's 100% Malinois, he has a face almost like a lamb or a sheep, or like a bull terrier almost. Like his head looks weird. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Pointy muzzle, shepherdish, lean shepherdish body.
Right.
When you see a dog and he's tired and he starts panting, and you see 2 inches of pink on the outside of his teeth, on his jaws, I think he's a little sauced up. Whether it's pit bull, some kind of massive breed, it's in there. Like, I believe that they added that in there. How many years ago, I don't know, but I believe it's there. Like,
right.
That's just my opinion. Some people will disagree, but I just think that's what it is.
I think your opinion might be dead on. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Probably.
So
even the muscle, like when you see a dog's hamstrings and quad, you know, big muscles in the back. That's not Malinois. You know.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
What I knew an old trainer. He passed away. But I did my very first podcast with him. His name was Gypsy Stratton. And he used to say that protection training is the highest form of obedience. What are your thoughts on that?
Protection training
is the highest level of obedience.
Well, I don't know, because I think they have low standards. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't think so. I think that when you have you ever seen that guy who, I forget his name, but he has his dog like walking on like tight ropes, and handstands, and he'll go pick up different items that he tells them labels by name.
Is it a male? Right?
It's a Malinois.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think the dog's name is Monkey or something.
Right. Yeah, I've seen that dog. Yes, sir.
That's a high level of obedience. That's something that gets me intrigued. Personal protection dogs, as a whole, don't intrigue me at all. It doesn't take a high level trainer. I was doing personal protection for a long time before I started doing sport and trying to get higher level obedience and control.
Right.
So I would say that the people who do sport have hit another level of tapping into the dog's brain and being able to manipulate and elicit certain behaviors from a dog. You got me?
Right.
So you can't. Okay, so like I've worked on my dog differentiating between my keys, my wallet, and just some random item that I threw out in the yard. You got me?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like that is like something you have to study for. If I want my dog to back up and do a handstand, that's something that so when you get into basic obedience, heel, sit, down, stay, come when they call, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's dog who's supposed to be obedience trained does that.
Right.
So if he does it, I can't call it high level. There's only one LeBron James and only a few people that you compare him to. Do you get what I'm saying? So when you say something that's great or high level, that means everybody can attain it, right?
Good point.
It's kind of rare in me getting it. So if, like, I tell my daughter all the time about the wrestling, like we go to wrestling every day. If they don't give scholarships to regular people,
they don't.
The people who have full ride scholarships have worked and have sacrificed a lot of their time to be where they are today. The difference between good and great is time spent and consistency.
That's true.
Like there's going to be a point where hard work beats talent when the talent's not working. Do you got what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So
Wow.
So as good as you claim to be,
mm-hmm.
start not spending time, because there's some people who are gifted. There's a kid in my club right now. His name's Cam. Cameron Rose is his name, and he is, I think, 14 or 15 years old right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's a better decoy than half of the people in the industry right now, and he's only been doing this level of training for maybe 2.5 years, maybe 2 years.
Right.
So his dog goes to trial, gets high obedience. She wasn't even supposed to be a working dog for real. We kind of just brought it out of her. Just from consistency. He spends a lot of time with his dog. Homeschool kid, so he's got a lot of time on his hands, you know. But that to me just is an example of what can be done if you put the time in. There's going to be people who are your peers who don't have as much time as you, and you have a lot of free time, but you're not as good. But when my hours start matching up to your hours, I'm going to pass you. Like I'm going to soon be where you are with least experience. That's why a lot of people who are unks and old heads, they can't fathom this kid 14, 15, 19 with 3 years experience, surpassing them in all their accomplishments and what they can do with a dog, and how I learn from everybody. And I don't try to hold people back, because I feel like that's what people do when you want to gatekeep. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like everybody's gonna have their own route, and then knowledge is so accessible now. I feel like the only vital thing you need is, like, when you see something on the internet and you want to do it and you start trying it, you just need a mentor to kind of proof that, you know what I'm saying, and tell you where you're right and wrong, and go deeper into the philosophy of what you saw. Other than that, it's just the time, you know. And these kids today they're gonna just smoke everybody. I'm just like, the younger generation of trainers to me are better than all the older trainers out.
Woo!
Next generation of trainers. So when you look at from 25 and just say 27 and under, if they're like fanatics about dog training, they're gonna get it better. Especially if they start with a blank slate and they didn't have no old person in their ear trying to tell them, you know, don't do this. This is stupid. Don't do that. Blah, blah, blah. You know, because there's gonna be a lot of that when you're young and you're impressionable, but you got a mind that you want to do a lot. You know, old people are the biggest crutch holding young people back, and I feel like that's in anything. Yes, sometimes you need to do time, but look at the people who stepped out and did stuff that when they were told not to do
Not
that.
to do it. Yeah. No, to do. Yeah. You're right. You're 100% right about that. And I do. I know that you're talking about generational divide. So I do know that there's some tremendous older trainers out there, but they ain't got the social media. You know what I mean? As well. But yeah, it is that divide.
Then they hate on the kids when they on it. You an internet trainer. You a this and that, bro. That's how they came up. That's what they on. That's
what
mad.
It is. It ain't no going back.
And listen, I will say this, bro. If you're not on an internet in some capacity, you're gonna get left behind.
You're gonna get left. You're gonna get left.
100%. You're already irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're just a thing of the past, bro. Like, and dog training is a thing, especially if you're like a dog training like personality or like a what do you call it, influencer or somebody who's like in the culture that other people look up to.
Right.
It only takes maybe a year or two for you to be out of the loop to be a forgetting memory. You just the next hot thing's gonna come out, and you know they have a short attention span, and it's it. And you gotta keep your presence in their face. Right? So,
you do. Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people fall off like that. Like COVID happened and they took a break.
Right. Mistake.
Yeah. COVID happened, bro.
If you take
right
breaks,
after COVID was my biggest
short.
tournament. The biggest throwdown was after the tournament. After the COVID, I mean. I think people just wanted to get outside. Like big as far as dogs competing and spectators.
Right.
Like it was people all over, like for everywhere. It's just people. So, and it was jumping. Like we put on a competition that's just fun, bro, to be at. Like even if you don't have a dog and you just come in to spectate, it's gonna be fun to be at. You know, when we did a PSA trial, like bro, we played music for everybody. Like people had walkout songs. It wasn't just cookie cutter. My wife catered for the dinner that night, you know, she made it look like somebody wedding. So it was just we turned it up a little bit, you know.
They're good congregation, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you just gotta make it different.
Yeah, man, that congregating is good. The show, the events like that. I'm gonna tell you, man, I got some older trainers that visit this show, and there's a lot of young dudes come in just to hear them. Like they're getting kind of like rejuvenated, like, you know, because it's a lot of young guys hungry for that knowledge and everything. Look at this guy right here. Jimmy says generational divide. He said, I'm 60 and I'm just getting started. Yeah.
You train? He's just getting started training, or he want to decoy and stuff.
Well, I think he's just getting started training. Yeah.
Yeah. When you get in that suit, boy, it's almost time. I think it's almost time for me to hang it up in a little bit.
You tired of taking them hits?
Just them knees, boy. They're not the same, man. Like, but yeah, man. I try to let the younger people who work with me. I consider you come through here. This is Decoy University. Mm-hmm. If you're in Georgia and you haven't been to Bragg at some point, I don't want to toot my own horn, but the best decoys come out of here or come through here.
Man, what does Bragg stand for? If you said it, I missed it. I'm sorry.
It's Bowl. Don't give me the line now.
Oh shit.
It's Bold, Relentless, Awareness, and Grit. That's what it stands for.
Okay. How many members do y'all have?
Oh, there you go right there.
Okay.
Bold, Relentless, Awareness, Grit.
Okay.
I had a brain fart for a second. but you say how many members do I have?
Active members.
So right now, Active Club, we have, I think, 14 people.
Okay, cool.
I don't really like a whole lot of people. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, everybody not gonna be dedicated. They're gonna have different goals, you know? So small groups, I've noticed this too. When I first started doing jiu-jitsu, I wasn't at a commercial gym. I was at a gym called Temporal Jiu-Jitsu. And the gym is average day you go in there, 6 to 10 people. And I think I was able to move so fast because of the one-on-one. Somebody's going to critique every little thing I do. Like if I grab somebody and I sprawl out wrong, I'm on the wrong hip to the, he's going to say, hey, don't do that. So with higher level people, this is going to happen. So the same thing at my club. Like I see a lot of people, they're in clubs for 5, 6, 7 years, and they're still making rookie mistakes. You understand? So I'm gonna say, yeah, I like the way you caught the dog, but hey, put your feet like this. Next time, put your hand a little bit up. Next time, cuff the dog. Oh, I don't like the way when you spin, you let the dog's hips hit the ground before his feet. It's a lot that you can be meticulous about that's gonna make people aware of their mistakes a lot earlier. You got what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You standing there. That's the thing. Which probably is going to go into another section I want to talk to you about, which is online dog training. We'll talk about that later. But that having somebody there to fix those mistakes, those minute mistakes right there, that's everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, bro. I'm recording. I'll record 2 or 3 sins, long sins, or record like a curse test. And I'll say, hey, bro, come in. We'll watch it together. Slow more down. You see how your feet was? When you put your feet with this, when the dog jumps off the ground, step with your left foot, let him hit and let it, I'm just going to give him like a tutorial on how he can change that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It seems that the best trainers always recording, watching everything they do. You know what I mean?
I can record my obedience sessions. Same thing.
Right. Gus, I don't know if you know Gus Artilles, but he's in the chat watching. Police canine trainer down there in Florida. And that man got videos from on YouTube from about 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? He was recording way back then. Everything they were doing.
If you go to my YouTube page, because I was on YouTube, I want to say my first video like 13 years ago. But I feel like if I would have stuck with it, it would be crazy right now. But I just got back on when I started doing the podcast again.
Right. Yeah. Your podcast, are you still doing it, or you just do it kind of sporadically, or what?
Sporadically, man. I got to get back on it just because the editing is what takes the most time. Like, so if you don't have like a person to edit, that takes more time than recording a video. Like chopping it up. Like, see how, like you're going live right now, you probably could just cut it, put this on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I
do videos where I have to use an editor, and I tell you how I do it off screen. That'll save you some money, because you got to have an editor, a podcast. You ain't got time. You don't have the time.
None at all. It's going to take a lot.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot. So,
right. Yeah.
That's the only thing. And then my kids is doing a lot. My daughter just went to college running track. My other daughter traveling over to America wrestling. So, I didn't have the time. So I got to squeeze it in where I can.
Right. And that, you know what? And what you're saying is something that, whether you're a breeder, trainer, everybody, at some point when you working your way up, getting to a high level, you almost got to get help. If you're a breeder, you need a kennel help, somebody you can get out of town and things like that.
You can't do it by yourself. It's gonna be hard, especially if you want to upscale. You can't. You need a team.
Right. Yeah. You're right. Hey guys, so I'm gonna take a few questions. Let me see how much time we in.
48.
Let me put one question up here. Derek Leonidas, good evening. In your opinion, how important are PEDs when you're considering a working dog?
Very important.
Right.
Because you kind of want to know the lines. Like, you want to know what you're working with. Like, I've purchased dogs off of the dog itself as a puppy, right? So I've bought a dog just because I've tested the dog looked good. I didn't know much about the parents, and I just got it. By the time the dog was 12 years old, he started showing me some of the stuff that, after doing some research, that his parents was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Nerve issues, not as confident with this, that, and the other. Like, yeah, so dogs, good or bad, they have tendencies. And you kind of want to, a good pedigree and a dog that's dogs that are proven, the chances are likely. Health is another concern. So like if you have a dog like heart issues, DM, thyroid problems, skin problems, whatever, all that stuff can be congenital. So you don't want to pass that down. Just how you want to pass the health down, you want to pass workability down.
Right. Gotcha. Now, Terry, I think you were asking this as a question. He said there is a difference in gatekeepers and guardians of the breeds. He wants to know what's your thoughts.
Gatekeepers and guardians of the breed. So, okay, I would say a gatekeeper is somebody who's like, as far as breeding is concerned, you have a dog, the dog is pretty decent. You're pretty much going to let them dogs die on your yard in the line, kind of dwindle down with you. A guardian of the breed is somebody who would find somebody with a quality female, charge whatever you want to charge to get it out because it is your dog. You pay, you know what I'm saying? And you're better in the breed by not just letting it be bred to some BS. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Every time you pair these two dogs to reproduce, you're doing it with the intent of bettering what they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so I think that's a big difference between a guardian of because I used to do confirmation shows too. I did that from 2005 to probably like 2012. I showed American Staffordshire Terriers.
Oh, really?
Cleaned up pit bull. Yeah.
Dang,
so
man.
I did that
You all in the game, ain't you, man?
I'm a dog person, bro. So anything that had to do with dogs, I would do it. So even right now, I do like repro stuff. So like I do ultrasounds, semen analysis, AIs.
Okay, you're a dog, man. Yeah, okay, I got you. Okay. Hey man, while we on that, let me ask you, what's your puppy selection protocol?
So I'm kind of torn between two things. So like I want to say that I condition my dogs to a lot of stuff because I don't like the lull, you know what I'm saying, of not lack of exposure, at least while they're with me. So say I have the litter 3 days old, right? From 3 days, when the dogs, you'll probably see some videos on my page, on my Instagram. From 3 days old, I'm taking the dog, I might put some water on his seat, ice on his seat, you know what I'm saying, hold him upside down, pet him, I'm touching him a lot, let him be around, like, he can't hear quite yet, his ear's not open, but he can feel like vibrations and loud noises, and not loud noises, but the way that it feels. So, warmth, cold, I might put the blow dry on the seat or something like that. Like, I'm exposing him to a lot before he even gets to know what is going on.
Yeah.
And people don't think that makes a difference, but it does. Like I've had litters before, right? When I was doing when I was doing the show dog stuff, right? I would have a litter that as long as the mom was okay taking care of them, I didn't really handle them. I was just like, oh, they look good, they clean. I would check them, make sure she's cleaning them properly, clean out the cage, but I wasn't too hands-on with them. And then when they get 3 weeks old, and you start getting ready to feed them, you go to pick them up and they're like ducking their head, and you got to get them out of that. Versus me handling them, and then when they're 3 weeks old, every time before I let them go to the bucket, I'm touching them, I'm grabbing their tail, I'm picking them up, and then he smells the food. They know when I pick up them pans, they clang, 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 it's time to eat. So I'll pick them up. They know this is the routine. He handles me crazy. He puts me down, I can start eating. So they get conditioned to that. Like some things and then you see it later on in bite work. Like I'll see a dog that has a phenomenal pushing grip. He's doing everything, coming downfield, hitting you hard. And then when you grab his feet, he's looking like a T-Rex because he don't want you to touch his feet or none of his underbelly, So like all that stuff matters. If you were doing that when he was a puppy, you wouldn't care,
Right.
So I condition.
Do you do scent work?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's your thoughts on scent work?
In what capacity? What do you mean?
Do you think that scent work and protection dog training goes hand in hand, or do you think it's just a whole nother
I don't think it goes hand in hand for a protection dog, but for a dog to give him something else to do besides bite, that's a good thing.
Right.
So I train with a couple of police departments here in Georgia also.
Okay.
So detection is really like 70-30 of what they do. You know what I'm saying? So 70% is going to be detection, whether that be bomb, or like a bomb dog or a narcotics dog. It's going to be most of their calls are going to be, hey, walk this dog around the car or whatever. And then, they'll get fines like that. And then they hit in the car and they get to search it and blah, blah, blah. Or they'll do like some tracking. A suspect jumped out of the car, he abandoned the car, and he just took off. We'll have a dog track him like that. And a lot of times that leads to no bite. So there's dogs that's been on the force for 3, 4, 5 years and no bite. And then sometimes there's ways where somebody will get on the force and they'll be on there for a couple months and get 2 or 3 bites. So you never know, but I would rather a dog be really, 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 really good at detection as far as law enforcement or government is concerned than the biting part.
Let me ask you this, because I don't know. I've been on the right side of the law for a long time now. But if they were to tracking somebody, police per se, do they let the dog go, or do they long lead that dog into finding that suspect?
It depends on the situation. So most of the time that a dog get a bite, he's gonna get it. They see you running, right?
Mm-hmm.
So say you just took out on me, and you're 50 yards in front of me. I know I'm not gonna catch you.
Right.
The dog has a clear line of sight. Yes, and you also have to be. I know in our area you have to be. The SOP probably states that you have to be like a felon. It has to be a felon style. Something crazy. You can't just let them go on some like random misdemeanor charge. Can't be nothing minor.
Right.
But yeah, you're like a fugitive, felony, armed, dangerous. You're known to be a little crazy. Yeah, you probably getting bit. But most of the times it's going to be a long line when you're searching because you don't know what's on the next corner. So I don't know if you ever seen that video with the lady and the dog went behind the dumpster and bit that lady.
No, I don't think I saw that one.
Yeah, she was screaming. I think it bit this arm, and this arm was amputated already. So,
Damn,
yeah, I think that was a crazy, they got a crazy lawsuit from that. But
yeah,
you just don't know what's around the corner. I mean, if they're doing a building, they have to clear the building. Sometimes when they're doing the area, they have to set up a perimeter first before they start letting the dog. Because I remember I was in California one time and we were just training. And then, we'll get out in the suit and go run off and go hide in some tall grass or something. And then they'll come find us. And then it'll be like a homeless person just jump out the grass with me. And I'm like, damn, bro, where you came from? So you just got to be aware, It's probably best that you leave them on a leash in those kind of areas,
Right. Okay. Well, hey, I know I told you I was going to keep you for a certain amount of time, but I'll be remiss if I don't ask these questions from some of these people.
Man,
so
I'm
look,
good. I got time, brother.
You got time? Okay. All right. Okay. Good.
I'm not going.
All right. Hey, y'all, he's going to stay just for a little longer. Okay. So get your questions in and all that. But here's Terry Cornish with what's your thoughts? These questions are going to be subjective because I'm going to ask you about some dogs like Cane Corsos, Presas, what you're seeing out there, how they work.
All right. I don't want to offend you, but I'm going to give you my honest opinion. But go ahead.
Hey, man, I won't be offended at all.
Okay.
But
go ahead.
he's talking about the Rottweiler. What are your thoughts on how the Rottweiler in protection compared to other breeds, and what do you see their limitations in the dog sport? Just do your whole spiel on them, bro.
Okay, Rottweiler is. I feel like a Rottweiler is more to me of a guardian dog than a downfield go get 'em type dog. Even though there are some, they kind of lean into, and it's a little bit slow to develop. They're not as quick to like a Malinois come out the gate. 7-8 weeks, you already kind of see a little something. Like a Rottweiler might be dead. I'm talking about for 6, 7 months, 8 months, 10 months, not showing you a whole lot of nothing. And then, they kind of pop and start showing their aggression when they start getting at an age where they seem more assertive, not as drivey enough for me. I need a lot of expression. I've seen some nice Rottweilers. There's an exception to every rule. But as a breed as a whole, if I had to give them a grade on a 1 to 10, 10 being like rock stars, 1 being like super trash. I don't like the breed at all. Get rid of it. We could do without it. I would say a Rottweiler is like a 6, 7.
Let's do a Doberman next. What's up, Gerald? I see you. What about a Doberman? Mm-hmm.
Too nervy as like consistency. I feel like when I was young, I used to love Dobermans, but when I started getting into working dogs, I haven't found them on a consistent basis to say, oh, I really love these dogs. And I feel like with structure, like if they're doing sport, you can get it. You can get some nice ones. Structured where you know what's coming, you can condition them, you can prep them for it. Yeah, you can get a nice dog. But they're kind of similar to Rotties. I think Rotties have a little bit more tenacity than a little bit more natural man aggression than a Doberman, but they're okay. Dobermans are okay. I'll give them 6. 5.
All right, 6 and 5.
Like
okay.
That.
All right, let's do the Cane Corso.
Okay. If somebody came to me and they wanted the Cane Corso, and
watch it now.
Hold on, listen. It was the best. It was. They just loved them and they just wanted to get them.
Mm-hmm.
For working and what I like, I don't want it at all.
Okay.
I wouldn't want a Cane Corso at all. I feel like
slow to mature.
Super slow to mature, and they have. So there's a guy in our club. He has a really nice one. I don't know if you know Marisha.
Yeah, I know Marisha Stewart. That's a badass woman.
Okay, so listen, he got his dog. He has 2 of them now. He has his dogs from her, and they're pretty decent already. They're starting out pretty good. If you get them from a good program, good. But I think there's so many of them. It's kind of like doing like the Frenchies, that they watered it down so much that the true what they're supposed to be is not there. Like it's not given. Like every Corso I know has this period of like weirdness. They like get super shy and scary, and like the environmentals are not strong. They're like nervy a little bit. You know, I don't.
Is that a particular age you see that at, or what?
No, not really.
Yeah.
Not really. Because I feel like there's no middle ground with them. You know what I'm saying? They're either good or bad. Like, I haven't seen too many like, oh, okay, I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? I've seen be like, damn, that's a nice dog. Blah, blah. You know, and then I'll see, oh man, that's trash. Like over the last, just say since 05, just say I've trained 15 Corsos, right? I want to say maybe 5 max were good.
Okay, yeah. Well, Marisha, you know, she, you know, that's her thing, and you know, she into racehorses, and she from a whole different environment. So her mentality about dogs, she ain't having no bullshit over there.
Right. That's how you have to be if you want to keep the gene pool good. So like, I think we make too many exceptions. Bro, I've had dogs here that made it to old age and I never bred them.
Right.
Because I never had like this kennel blindness to where I'm like, oh, this is a nice dog. Bro, you have to check the boxes. And if you don't check the boxes, you are considered to me a pet. And that's what you're going to be. You're going to go to somebody who has a dock dive at home, play frisbee or fly ball, or, you know, do the Incredible Sport Dog Challenge or something. But you're not going to be working how I'm, you know.
Right.
And those things are not bad things, because there's some great dogs with great lineage who go to homes like that. I believe that some of those are the best homes, really.
Okay, yeah. So let's get in chat. If y'all got a couple more dogs or questions, just let us know while we're here. The Presa, you see a lot of those out there nowadays?
Yeah, I used to breed those too, and I like Presas.
Okay, okay.
Presas are hit or miss, but they're not as bad as Corsos to me. And I still never gave a Corso a score. So I would say the Corso is like a 3.
Okay.
I will go like 5 on a Presa.
Okay.
But there's some nice ones, bro. They used to have this one here named Diablo. He was one of the nicer Presas I've seen, as far as like going downfield, getting a bite. Usually that's not their thing. They're usually good at protecting their area. You know what I'm saying? A yard at the end of the leash, their circle. They're not
Right.
really downfield, go get them type of dogs, but I've seen some.
Right. Hey, what's up, Jeremiah? He said, I met a young puppy that Josh bred this weekend, owned by Wilson Bloodworth. Fire low puppy.
Wilden. You talking about Baki. Yeah,
Baki.
He's a nice puppy. He's off my last litter. I bred a bull herder to one of the retired police dogs from Florida.
Okay. So are you familiar with a lot of those police lines? What are some of the best lines you see in the day? Or maybe you got them. I don't want to take no attention off you.
Okay, so let's just say if I looked at the broad scope of, because we're gonna go K and PV lines, because most dogs come from that pool. Most law enforcement dogs come from K and PV dogs. Although in a sense of really good Malinois, pure Malinois, you're gonna have to go like NVPK dogs. You got what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But the lines that I've seen consistently, if I see a dog and he's just rocking out at a trial, or he just catches my eye from training somewhere, when I say, hey, what's his BRN? And I go look up the BRN, the dog is going to have Django or Duko 2 in it almost all the time. Coming down, some of the dogs been hot off the Peggy line, which is bred down off the Tommy stuff. I like that, but I feel like if you go too heavy on that, I've seen some stuff I don't like with that. But like those dogs have good traits also, But still, when I look at a dog, and it's a consistent thing, that's kind of what they have in it.
Right.
Django, Duko 2, and stuff down off of that, and I've seen it when it's in the line a bunch, like top and bottom, when you got like 4 times this, 4 times that, everybody used to be on like a Berry 2 wave for a long time. And I did that too. I chased that for a little bit because it was like faddish, but I didn't really like everything that was coming from that.
Gotcha.
But that Duko 2 giving you like a hard mouth and a harder dog, So I would say that.
So Javier, the score he gave Presa was a 5. I'm gonna do 2 more dogs, and then I'm gonna ask a few more questions. They want to know about what you think about the Boerboel and the Pit Bull.
For working?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I know the Boerboel gonna get a 1. No, I was kidding.
No, you're right. You're right. 100% right. A Boerboel, I might give him. What I gave a Corso?
You gave a Corso a 3.
About the same. About that.
About the same.
I'll
Okay.
give a 2.7. Yeah, like I don't know. I haven't seen. It's not a lot of them working either. Like they very inconsistent. Like a lot of them that I work, they bite and they don't even hold on to bite. They just and then let go, kind of like them. Those Anatolians.
Yeah.
Or like those big Tibetans, Central Asian Shepherds, stuff like that.
What do you feel? What do you feel about that though? People, because I got a few alibi around here. What do you feel about people trying to make those dogs bite? What's the success rate on getting those dogs to bite?
Listen. If you get bit, you're gonna be out of there. They not okay. So let me rephrase all this, so nobody don't get the wrong picture of like, I don't like them dogs or whatever. We're trying to fit a square into a circle. So,
right.
So like, if you trying to make a Tibetan, a Alibi, Kangal, Kurdish, whatever, if you're trying to make those dogs like a sport dog or like a PSA dog or whatever, that's not what they do.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what they do. They're a guardian breed, and I've seen people get mauled by them. Even the dogs that I tell you that bite me and let me go, when they grab your arm and shake, you out of commission, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? They not nothing to be played with. if that makes sense. So I don't want to be. They're not gonna hold on to you, which may be worse if you're getting mauled. You know what I'm saying? Like typically trained dogs, pit bulls, Malinois, Rottweiler, they're gonna hold on and bite you in one spot and stay there. These dogs, I don't know what it is, but they don't like to stay in one spot biting. They bite and it's all over the place. Like
they just get there. They just
shake a couple
food.
times and then they re-attack it again. And I don't know if that's a good thing for a human being with a dog that could be 200 pounds doing that to you. So I'm not saying that they're with the Corso and the Boerboel. I'm saying that I've seen some soft ones.
Yeah.
With these other bigger breeds, they kind of stand their ground, and they're tougher mentally, but I haven't seen them do working like I want working. But that's what this scale is. But those dogs can be good. They're definitely a deterrent, and I don't think nobody's coming in your yard. If you want to have those kind of dogs as to protect your property, you're probably going to be okay.
Yeah, and with those dogs, if you can find a good one, they ain't gonna really let nobody on your property. And if they bite you, they like to bite you all down in your privacy, in your stomach, and in your ass. Is where they're gonna naturally bite you.
I don't even think the average person is gonna try it. Like it's just too big to play with, you know.
Yeah, they too strong. They way too. I don't know. It'll be hard to get away from them. I put it that way.
I got a partner right now. He has one. I think his dog's 207.
Right.
That's too big. That's too big for me to be doing that.
Let me get this one here. Doug is the co-producer. I'm pretty sure you've been talking to him.
Yeah.
What have he seen heavy on Tommy?
So, okay, the breeding I just did with the dog that the guy said he liked, I took my bull herder, who's a BVK dog, bred to a Kuno daughter. I don't know if y'all know the lines, but I took a BVK dog. It was a BVK dog bred to a Kuno daughter that produced the dog that I have, Whitney. I took Whitney and bred her to a dog named Robbie, who's the litter mate of Tommy Peggy. Tommy Peggy has been bred to a lot of stuff. But I kind of just went after the brother because I seen him work. I worked it myself, you know, the size. He's a huge dog. And I've seen I just like the dog. I like the genetic grips because you can't, the possessiveness, some of the stuff you cannot teach. I don't care if you go to a seminar and somebody tells you, oh, we're grip building, we're grip developing. If your dog has any type of nerve issues or uncomfortability, his grip is going to fade back to what it was when you brought him. You got what I'm saying? But when the stressors come, like I've seen people build people and make grips better, but it's not dependable. What's dependable is those genetics, and that's going to be, if you have a puppy that's 4 or 5 weeks old, the last litter that I had, bull herder litter that I had, I'm giving them a bite pillow, like this little squishy bite pillow. They're on it, and when you let them have it, they're like, and they just possessing it. When you go to take it from them, they're leaning heavy into it. Like you can't see no air, no space on the side of their mouth. It's like a python, you know, and that's the kind of genetics. That's what you're looking for. But yes, Tommy produces pretty good. I like it.
Gotcha.
I like the Tommy Peggy. A lot of Peggy stuff is good.
Gotcha. Okay, Boerboelism, what's up, brother? He says, what are some breeds that surprise you?
Surprise me? Okay, this is not a common thing, but I've seen this a few times, maybe 3 or 4 times. I've seen and worked a Catahoula hound and Catahoula mixes that I was like, what? And it just turned out to be okay. And I had one myself. It was supposed to be a hunting dog, but I took him to training just to see what he did, and he did okay. So that was a super duper surprise. That's the most surprised that I've been working of, you know, any breed. Just seeing it because it didn't seem like a natural thing. I also seen a guy with a golden that was working a golden, but I only seen like 2 of those in my whole career working, like doing bite work.
Right. Okay. Let me see what else we got here. Live your life, dogs. I see you, brother. Keep doing your thing. I see you out there podcasting. Let's see here. 416. Aren't a lot of those breeds bred to be intelligent enough not to engage with everything because of self-preservation? I'm not sure what breeds he's talking about. Maybe he's talking about the countdown you did. Or maybe
I
talking
would
about
say. So I'm gonna be okay. I don't like dogs with self-preservation. I don't like it too much. You know what I'm saying? So like self-preservation brings to mind like the dog he was talking about, like a Catahoula, right? And that may be what he's talking about. So like those dogs, like say you take them hog hunting, their primary job is to stop the hog, not bite them and attack them. Although they will sometimes if the hog's small or he's not putting up a big fight. They'll stop the hog and they'll do what's called baying them. They'll bark around him and they don't want him to move. They'll kind of just box him in, and then you bring the big boy out, the catch dog, and then he does his thing. And then usually they start getting their bites or join in once the catch dog made the catch.
Right. Dalmatians are Dalmatians good dogs?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
Dalmatians and Huskies. So even when I worked in the animal hospital for the 20 plus years, every time somebody brought in a Husky and every time somebody brought in a Dalmatian, I wouldn't say every time, but the majority of times, these two breeds are notorious for being super nerve bags. Like you're going to get anal glands, pee, you got to get their muzzle, you got to sedate them because they're just not social or they see something weird that they've never seen before. And it's just a big ordeal. Are they nice Dobermans and Huskies? Yes. I'm actually training right now. One of my clients has a really nice Husky that she found. And to say this dog was found, it's amazing. Like it's social, not scary, but there's an exception to the rule for everything. But most of the time when we seen a Husky, we knew if we had to do some kind of thorough exam on it, it's gonna go crazy, be screaming and it's going to be going nutty.
Yeah.
And Dalmatians, yes.
Okay, so let me ask you this, and I'm going to get ready to wrap it up. What are your top 3 favorite dogs? For you?
For me? Okay. If I had anything the way I wanted, right, and I didn't have to deal with stigmas and the law and perceptions of dog trainers, or the dog community, I will go pit bull first. A true American pit bull terrier, no mixes, no crosses, game dog. Then I will go Malinois, and that's why I have a little taste of both of those with the bull herder, right? And I'm not even gonna call a bull herder a breed, but I just gave you the 2 dogs that make that. And then after that, as far as one of my favorite dogs just to have and not really talking about working, although I've seen some work, would be a bull terrier.
Bull terrier.
So that would be my top breeds that I consider that I love. And then if I could add a 4th one, it would be a German Shepherd, a good bred German Shepherd.
Oh, yeah, okay. I figured that German Shepherd is all around dog. You like Patterdales?
Yes, pound for pound, Patterdale's the toughest dog on the planet.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, he says Catahoula seem to be the right mix of stockhounds with a touch of bull, and the right selections are vastly capable.
Almost everything. Yeah.
Yeah. I want to get your thoughts on online dog courses. You talked a lot earlier about how people are taking social media, they're going to excel in the future more than people who are not, being old school, stuck in the ways or whatnot. What is your vision of online dog training, social media, and everything when it comes to dogs?
You got to be on it. So you need like a Patreon. You need Canine School. The school app. You heard of that before?
No, I hadn't heard of it. No, school app, the Canine School app.
SKOOL. It's like an app where you can do anything on it. It's just not dogs. You could do anything. If you do arts and crafts and you want to show people how to do that, you want to do drawing tutorials, you could do that. You kind of get paid from subscriptions. So you want to create one content form, right? And then that one thing is able to be played over and over and over and over, and it still keep making you money. You got what I'm saying? Versus, you don't want to trade time for money because it's only 24 hours in a day and they're not getting any more. You got what I'm saying?
So is the school app something where dog trainers can train people, or how does it work?
Yeah, you can make however you want it to work. You can lay it out like there's a lot of people on there, so you can lay it out where you do obedience. You can lay it out where you're just doing. This week I'm going to teach dogs how to sit, and then you can do that 5 different.
And people pay to subscribe to your channel and whatnot.
Some people's subscriptions are $1.99. Think about this: you get 100 people to pay you $2 a month.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You're at your house, like you're not doing nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like it adds up. So think about how much a session costs you and how much a session costs you in gas. If I go to a client's house right now and I charge them a private session, I'm gonna spend a little bit in gas depending on how far it is. You know what I'm saying? Like private sessions, they don't really make as much money as like. That's why everybody likes to do a board and train, because the board and train is more. I gotta house the dog, I gotta keep it, and then you're still gonna have to turn over the leash to the owner, and then you got to do go home sessions. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the wave is online training. A lot of people don't want to, and COVID has shown us that this is a thing. My kids go to homeschool. They've been in homeschool for years. So the ability to learn online without having a teacher and all this stuff is there. You just need to put out the content. You know what I'm saying? And just have them to go to you to do it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It's a lot of homeschooling. I took my son out and he's homeschooling and he's doing a lot better, less distractions, you know what I mean? And things like that. Oh yeah, man. Oh, you dropped some game. Hey, y'all go to this man Cash App and drop him something for that game he just gave y'all. That was a lot of game. You just gave somebody that can make a difference. I was sitting here thinking I got 7,000 YouTube subscribers. If all of them gave me $1, I have $7K a month.
$1.
$1. Yeah.
So listen. How good is your content or the stuff that you're delivering if somebody doesn't want to pay for it? $1. Mm-hmm. True. $1 a month. If I have $7, if all your subscribers, not even all of them, if 50% of them, that still would be $3,500 a month. 50% of your people paid $1 a month for exclusive content. Mm-hmm. You got what I'm saying? That's why I don't know if you've seen like a lot of the podcasts now. You can't see the whole podcast. They're gonna put it to you in 10-minute clips. Yeah, they're gonna give it to you. They're gonna give it to you in 10 minutes here, 12 minutes here, this minute, and just like exciting stuff that you want to see for that moment, but they're not gonna show you the whole entire interview. You want to see the whole entire interview, you gotta be one of them $2 a month people. Right. And you know what? I think that would be great for trainers that are very advanced, that don't want to give all their tidbits on regular podcasts. Now you might come on regular podcasts, do like what we doing now, but when they get into them deep questions, hey man, how do I fix this? How do I fix that? But I'm gonna tell you what you got to do though. You have to, because it's not the knowledge. I've seen some people on there with 1,000 subscribers, and they're not as good as me on the channel. It's the way that they present themselves. It's the they gift the gab. It's the marketing. Like they're already followed by somebody. People come to the Throwdown because they follow the product. Do you got what I'm saying? It's not like they're just like, oh, this is the best thing ever of any other dog event in the world. But like when people buy a dog from you, it's the same. Can they not go get a dog from somebody that's just as good? Maybe. But I know that a dog from Zydeco Canine should be, this is the thing right now. You know what I'm saying? It's it. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. Yeah. If LeBron James wears penny loafers, people are going to want to wear penny loafers. That's right. You got what I'm saying? Right. Like, you couldn't tell me that it was cool to wear a shiesty mask around the city and it's not cold. Mm-hmm. How many kids got shiesty mask on, like you know.
Yeah, like ski mask. Yeah,
like a ski mask. How many kids wear that? They do that a lot. It's a fashion thing.
It's regular now. I ain't even scared no more.
Right.
Yeah,
so they're doing that because it's fad, and you have to make what you're doing a fad. You got what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. And I know a lot of people look to us over here because they trust. They trust us. They trust, like, man, if he's gonna put somebody on, 9 times 10, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be somebody you can do business with out in the real world. That's what they.
Right.
That's what. Yeah. So I'm gonna close it out, brother. But I want to ask you, what's in your future? Any big plans? Any announcements? Floor is yours.
I'm just trying to expand my business. Details I can't really say a whole lot about, but just trying to expand business. Stay down with my kids. You know, that's the main plan. And we gonna keep growing this Throwdown bigger and bigger and bigger till there ain't nothing else to talk about. But when it comes to protection dogs, we just want to be the marquee place to test your dog, whether that be obedience, because we got everything. We got levels for kids. We have a junior handler division. You know, as long as your kid can hold the leash, they can come out there and work your dog. If it's, you know, we're just trying to change things from where they've been done. You know what I'm saying? And just try to make a difference in the state. Make a mark that way to where it's, you know, it just can't be erased. And people's like, hey, I want to go there. And it's kind of exclusive. Like, it's a thing that I got to see that. You know, when you go to a certain town, you got to see that. When you come to Georgia, you're like, oh, I got to touch space with Bragg, with the Bragg Club. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's what's up. Hey, let me take this last one because this is kind of a slick question. I don't know. Joe, can you ask him how does he feel about training wolf dog hydrants?
He must be talking about hybrids. He must have been trying to say dog hybrid. Wolf dog hybrids. I mean, it's a dog.
Okay, you fool with that? Oh shit.
Somebody called me.
Oh, there you go.
Somebody called me.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I was like, damn, yeah, okay, yeah.
The sound went off. God dog it.
You can't hear me?
I can't hear you.
Go out, come back in. Go out.
Hold on.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Dang, that's weird. So you can hear me, I can't hear you. Hold on, let me touch this thing to see if it cut the mic off.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Dang.
Can you hear me?
You know what it might? I can't hear you. You know what it might be? It might be like them doggone you know when you on like FaceTime and then somebody call you and then it be muted and then you can't come back. But I'm gonna just answer the question. So who's asking about wolf dog hybrids, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so when I was a kid, we actually bred one of our German Shepherds to one. And I think it was a cool dog. Like I think it's like a dog. They're gonna have more wolf-like traits, but I don't think it's a bad thing, bro. You can train any animal on this planet, I believe, can be trained and domesticated if you create a need or that you create a place for yourself in that said animal's life. Whether that be horse, chicken, duck. I've seen all these things be trained and controlled because they created a dependency, you know what I'm saying, like with the people. Right.
Okay.
So if you're saying something, I'm probably not going to be able to hear you, but I can really see it. Thank you for coming. All right, brother.
All right, we
nice
appreciate
being
it.
on, man.
Okay.
It was a pleasure.
Likewise.
Give your dog the best start possible. We offer proven tools, products, and supplements backed by our real-world experience and our passion for healthy dogs. Step into the realm of canine wisdom with our podcast, NWA Cane Corsos, where we interview dog men and women from around the globe, discover their talents, and insights on breeding, training,